Maintaining good money habits is one of the ways to prevent your money from being screwed up. As a young person in an economy where the naira continues to be in a free fall, it is very important to acquire protective measures for your money. In this episode of Me, Myself, and My Money, Lash, YK, Mara, and Josh discuss the condoms for your savings.
How exactly do you, protect your money from being devalued, right? So I honestly think that for any person, actually, if you're a businessman or what have you, right, the most important thing, the highest form of money devaluation is inflation, right? And I think that it's very imperative that if you want to save money from being devalued, you have to keep it out of an environment that makes it devalued. Because we are Nigerians, right? We're talking about Naira. So if I want to, I think it's a personal question, if I want to save my money and keep it out of being fucked in real life, which is devaluation right now, I should start thinking of how to save it in a more stable currency. And stable currency, as everyone knows, is dollar, right? So USD, right? So if I want to keep my money out of devaluation, I should start looking out for platforms that gives me access into saving in stable currency, which is what's it called, dollar. But that's my opinion, right? So Amara, I don't know if you have a better opinion towards that.
Okay, so
defy us.
So I think I'm just going to add to what you said. The most important thing we should be doing right now is saving in foreign currencies, stable currencies like dollar, euros, and stuff. So personally, for me, for the past 2 years, I think I've been saving in a digital platform that's, God, can you help me?
She has money.
Not only saving, I've been saving and growing my money in a digital platform.
Are you people hearing these things? Is it only me?
Can you?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Take a chill pill.
I'm not.
There's a difference between keeping your money in dollars and actually growing it in dollars. Keeping $1,000, let's say I had $1,000 2020. If I bring it out right now, it's still $1,000.
I can use and chops here.
Yes, and the only difference now is that the rate at which I'm converting it right now is going to increase. But what if I actually invested it in a digital platform that will help me multiply that money? I'm not talking about Ponzi schemes right here. Now I'm talking about like real investment platforms that I can multiply my dollar. It helps me keep at least at that moment my money is not being fucked.
For me, saving in crypto is just like giving you an edge to an inflation, in the sense that, okay, now, let me give you an example now. If I want to purchase a car and I saved in dollar, now the price of the car right now is not going to be the same thing when maybe the price of dollar against naira increases in the next 2 years.
For me, I'm not big on saving in dollars. Now, my reason is because I spend in naira. By the time I convert the dollars back to naira, the value of what I would have bought in naira would have increased.
Okay, so basically, Josh, and Lash, we already agreed that saving in dollar is the best way for us, like to help us prevent our money from getting fucked. So I would like to ask you, Ada, what savings strategy do you think is best? Like, which one works for you?
Okay, so I'm not saying that saving in dollars is bad or that there's something wrong with saving in dollars. I'm just saying that I would prefer to save in dollars if I am spending in dollars, right? But for my naira, I would rather buy mutual funds or invest in like stocks and bonds and things like that. So things that can multiply my money. Do you understand? Because the dollars I'm saving, I don't know how to multiply it. So my dollar saving is just jabba purposes. Yes, those jabba purposes. But then my naira, I know how to multiply. So I'd rather just put it into stocks and bonds and things like that. Yeah.
Well, for me, I honestly think, well, the sweet thing about this time is that all the information you need is actually out there. So maybe you should start checking out ways to save in dollars. And one of the best ways of saving in dollars is Zen Finance, right? They give you basically the leverage you need to do that. And also, I think another very important way of saving is investing. People don't talk about this enough.
Investing, multiplying.
Right, people don't talk about this enough. Right, I constantly say it's investing in upstart businesses. It's magical, trust me, because when they start making money, you're just going to cross your leg and be on one beach with a lot of palm trees, drinking coconut water.
So is that like angel investing, or is it like
Well,
call it?
so but here is what I do, right? So I find startup businesses and I do like an equity, like with them, invest. So you're saying when you people maybe put like say 10 million, and you say when you people start making money for a bono, maybe if they are selling cup, you're saying for everything. I'm just breaking it down now, right? You're saying for every single cup you sell, right? When we just oppose the amount of money I invested and with the sales you're making right now, I'm making 5 naira from each cup. Now imagine the business grows so much and each day they are selling up to 5,000 cups. Multiply 5,000 cups by 5 naira. You're literally not doing anything. You're just there drinking coconut water.
Okay, so, but you also have to make back the money that you've invested before you start talking about profit.
Now, that is where the risk comes from, because that you invested in this business, that you poured in 10 billion into it, does not echo that it's going to succeed, right? So it's the risk. Every business gets its own risk, right? So I honestly think investing in upstart businesses is a very good way to grow your money.
So where do you find them?
Yeah. Yes, actually. So that's the thing, right? So, you know how these things work, right? So, if you can find them online, there's no tactical way of some. So, I keep saying this: success attracts success, right? If I start investing in crypto, right, you realize that I will know Mara. Next tomorrow, I'll know broke boy next door. Next tomorrow, I'll just start having a circle of people that do the same thing. So it's the same thing. So if you invest in, if you just find one upstart business that is viable, invest in one. Before you know it, another one is coming to you, because they will say, hey, there's this woman that we don't blow, like Mara. We go give you 10 billion USD.
I never blow, please.
And when they know shall kidnap you today.
Please, I never blow.
So I also think what most people suffer right now in Nigeria is because, to be honest, a lot of companies that actually, in fact, let me even bring it down to Enugu. So let me target that from Lagos itself. Less than 20% of Lagos earns over 1 million naira. Yes. You can check anywhere. Right? Now, when you bring it down to Enugu, so 90% of people in Enugu don't earn up to
Just 300.
Yeah. It's almost impossible for you to save money, but that's the thing. Now, let me also tell you something. How saving started was that in the olden days, how people that started saving, what they were doing is when they have a loose money, they put it in a calabash, a very colorful, good-looking, expensive calabash that has a tiny hole. So the only way you can bring out your money is by breaking your calabash. Now, why was the calabash beautiful? To discourage you from breaking it. Right? To look at them, no want to break this calabash. Hunger go dey kill you. I don't want to break. Right? Now, if you bring this mentality, I always tell everybody, you shrink your spending with what happens in your head. If I'm earning 250,000 naira in Nigeria, in Enugu, and I know it's almost impossible for me to save, if I condition my head, I'm going to be taking 70,000 naira out of it every day, every month, I'm not going to die. So you realize that saving happens in your head. You have to find a way to put it in a calabash that is very beautiful, that is almost impossible for you to break the calabash and take money away from it. And how do you do it? By telling yourself you're not going to do it.
I'm eager to get to know something here. I know a clinic where they pay the radiographers that work there 100k naira, every month.
Radiographer.
Yeah, radiographer. Now,
How much do you think
They are
they
paid
earn?
on that page.
Calm down.
After spending 6
Radiographers are
years.
supposed to be, they are paid more.
Exactly. They're supposed to be, but they pay them 100k now. Now, let's just say that a radiographer that has a family that stays in a 3-bedroom flat here in Enugu, and we all know how much that is, and is being paid 100k every month. Okay, now this radiographer, inside that 100k, he will still have to pay the rent 1 year, which is about 700k. He has to pay for his children's school fees. Just like what you said, has a Corolla, and it's not about fueling. Maintenance is there too.
Yeah.
So I want to understand how would this person be able to save?
He should just go and work in radio. He should remove grapher and enter radio. And enter radio. Forget it, there is no... Remove grapher, enter radio.
Screaming God, I beg go.
You have to
help
try
you?
to make some money some other way, because I mean that's why people have
looking for
side
other
hustles
means. Yeah, side hustles
and other things, because
Yeah.
in most cases, that basic salary cannot sustain
Never.
you as a person self. Like sustaining your life. Talk more of giving other people and trying to save.
And people always constantly expect you to give.
Exactly.
Uncle, give me money.
Giving people is a whole different conversation.
I'm telling you.
For another day. So I think that getting into like side hustles.
Side hustle,
and trying
yeah.
to
Very, very important.
Because someone like me, I don't like having all my money in one account because I just like you said, compartmentalization.
Yeah, you're going to spend it
I'm
like-
going to be spending. I'm just going to spend everything entirely. But let's say you're saving it in an account that you're not going to be able to take, even if you like cry from today to tomorrow. It got to a point where I had to like talk to my friends like. That she should be holding this money for me, no matter what I do in this life, that she should not give it to me.
You don't know me.
I said,
Tomorrow I go come back and say, my mama, I don't fall come out. Give me money.
So for
Stop
me,
it.
it doesn't work for me until I have to create a bank account where I cannot withdraw until the next 3
There you
years.
go.
So these are like strategies that you can also use in this
But
kind of
we're not tackling what he said. 100K. There's literally, in fact, he's begging to add 20K, and you're telling him to save 10K.
No. I'm trying to give like a
He will
strategy.
die.
I'm not answering
I said
this
he will
question.
die.
Like basically, you die because at this point he has to look for a side something
He has to
to
look
do.
for something else.
So
Because
what side hustle? We need to make this thing very
Well, it depends on what
Skills, he can learn
acquire
skills.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that he can do.
Wait, have you ever seen radiograph? Or radiograph I can't cover. I was thinking.
So
Because that's where the issue is.
for me, I feel like first of all he needs to cut on his cost. There has to be some.
There's nothing to
No,
cut.
No. There has to be.
Okay, let me-
First, you started
He
with
should take
saying-
his children to
No,
Akopa
hold
Primary
on.
School.
No.
Because-
Hold on, You said.
I'm confused.
No, you said. I mean, I think everybody needs to plan their lives before they get married, right?
Okay, that's number one.
That's number one. You need to plan your life.
But this guy has already made mistakes.
Okay, he has
Let's
made
leave
mistakes.
somebody that.
No, but
the reason why
because-
I asked this question is that
Yeah.
when I graduate, I'm going to be a radiographer. So the whole thing might actually happen to me. I don't know yet. The picture I painted now, this person does not spend lavishly.
No, but you said he lives in a 700K
No.
apartment.
No, he was
That's
renting
expensive.
Here in Enugu.
No, that's expensive.
It's very expensive.
That's how much it
He
is
can,
in Enugu.
no. You can find a 400K bed, 400K. You should
In
go to
MNA.
Transekulu now.
So how
MNA.
do you expect him
He
to be
should-
transported from
He has a
Transekulu to
Corolla. That's what you said.
Well, let's remove
So he
Corolla.
can drive.
Take away the Corolla.
Okay, yeah, but
Corolla
boss
is-
now.
He
I
can
don't
never
get
make it
it.
in life.
No, but he has
He
to
will
cut,
never make
no,
it
he
in
has
life.
to cut on his spending somehow.
So
He
here's
has to cut on his spending. Maybe his children. We're not touching his children's
But,
school because I mean that one is very important, right?
honestly.
But
Well,
his house
I
rent
don't
needs to
know,
come
I
down
don't know.
now.
Even with the house rent.
There are
But here's the
still
thing.
okay.
Here's the thing,
He can't learn a skill, but there are still other ways
Actually,
you
he
can
can.
make money online.
He
Actually,
can
he
learn
can.
his
For the
skill.
likes
Trust
of-
me, if you put your mind
Because
to
he
it,
was
you
saying that he
can.
doesn't have time for to
I'm
learn.
assuming,
but that's
I'm
a-
assuming
but
that
that's a
this
lie.
job is a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So he has 6 p.m. till the next morning.
If he sleep,
If he
he will
wants
sleep
to
with
do something else, he can. He can dedicate 3 hours of his day, of his night, to doing something.
He has children and he has to attend to his wife.
Hair, because
Do
I'm
you know,
guessing his wife doesn't have a job to augment whatever is
Don't
coming
ever
in.
marry somebody that
He
does
has
not have a job. She should go.
But you, I
Throw
mean,
away that Corolla and throw away your wife. So put your wife in the Corolla and drive them
with
into-
us. No, but I already said he made a mistake.
into Red
So
Sea.
we're adding this into the mistake.
Eh,
You marry
yes, we're
somebody
adding
that
it
does
to
not
the
have a
mistake.
job.
There are
No,
other
that one is deep.
There are other
Pause.
businesses
No,
that
but
you can
come on.
actually do that doesn't
But he-
require you learning
Exactly.
a skill like digital marketing, network marketing. You can
It
make
does
money
not
out of
require
it.
you learning.
Yes.
But you have to learn it somehow now. How are you going to?
But it doesn't like take a lot of time for you to come and start spending 3 hours reading something.
It doesn't.
It's just something that you
Okay.
just
I will learn it this night.
don't worry.
Forget it.
You
Anytime-
look like you, looking
I'm a
at
digital
yourself,
market.
you look like a good, not digital. I'm talking about network marketer.
Network
This night is going to happen. But I honestly think learning to cut down. See, there was this thing that my cousin was doing during Corona because everybody was suffering in Corona. First, if you're a salary earner, if they did not fire you, they slashed the kidney. As a businessman, nothing was going. I was just there looking eyes. So my cousin, he was staying in my house then, and he said that he wants to do something, that every time we go out to buy something, because I shop at the mall a lot, that he will keep the receipt. I said, I'm a believer of sunk cost. If money don't go in, don't go. If I spend 100,000 naira now, I don't want to think about it because thinking about it is not going to bring it back. So I move on real quick from money. By the end of the month, he brought it out. And he started circling unnecessary things. I'm not trying to give you a gist. Unnecessary things that we bought took 45% of my spending every month. I'm not lying. You should try and do it. If you go to that thing, what you go to see? Alcohol, beer.
I mean, if it's just alcohol, that one is even.
Do you understand?
If it's alcohol,
Right.
like if you're into alcohol.
Yeah, don't be.
I have done that. I mean, I'm just saying. I've done this thing you're saying. I'm a prudent spender because I do usually spend on a lot of rubbish. And then when I check the things I spend on, what juice, biscuits,
Something you can easily
nonsense.
say no to.
And then I buy expensive biscuits because I just want to try it, or I used to buy expensive just because I just want to see how does this thing taste. I just want to know. And by the time I check how much I've spent in a month buying useless things,
90K
I am shocked.
gone. Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
extremely shocked.
Cutting down on your spending
Your
is a
spend
saving
is
strategy.
is a huge like
It's a saving
it's
strategy.
a huge saving strategy because you won't even realize how much you've cut until maybe you intentionally go over like your budget for the month and compare it to something you spent in the previous month.
I honestly
You'll
think
be
that
too
every
shocked.
Nigerian now needs to learn how to say no. Needs to learn. See, you are not being.
Absolutely.
You're not being a stingy person. You know, we need to say these things to people, get into their emotions and say these things because people push you out so much and you're saying, if I don't do this thing now, I dey stingy.
Exactly, and especially for some people, when they, like, let's say you're not used to earning 250K a month, we are used to earning 100K a month. Once that 250K enters, you start thinking, there's this one I wanted to buy, there's this one I wanted
It's
to buy.
true. I don't like Zara shoe again. It's Gucci.
I want to upgrade. Exactly, they want to upgrade once that money comes in. So
Why
they
are
are
they stay
saying
for
no to a lot of
MNA
things.
where Independence Loud day? Bro.
Be like, we go.
Person wey been there for self-con, dey comfortable. This room too small.
Two room apartment.
Fan no dey blow me again na AC. So for me though, I like I said before, cutting down on costs very imperative. Learning to say no. You know, we are discussing this. Yeah, very important. We are discussing this considering the economy at hand, and as much as inflation is hitting Nigeria, and every other thing that is scarcity is hitting Nigeria, every other thing hitting Nigeria, only one thing remains constant: salary. So people need to start living according to your. If you see, there's nothing bad with disassociating yourself with friends that make you spend too much.
Yeah.
We need to constantly know that even friendship is an investment. If a friend is making me spend too much and I'm not getting any investment from the person, or the person is not doing anything in my life, please cut the person off. Right? Or it might not be cut the person off, just minimize how much you spend your time with the person. So I think people need to start knowing that it's not only about savings, their behavior, attitudes that lead into meaningful savings. Because I can save today, I can save 2K today, but if my attitude is not right, tomorrow I go collect that 2K, I go use and buy suya and Pepsi, chop and move on. So it's not only about savings, it's only about the attitude you have towards savings.
And then even the food stuff self, buying one is not even helping anybody.
Buying in bulk.
Buying is very
Buying in
important.
bulk.
If you can, just like put your money
Close
together.
your eyes.
Close your eyes. I know it's hard though.
Once a day,
It's
just
hard.
go to the market.
It's hard. Just one day after you've collected that salary, just go and buy
Do the
in
bulk
bulk
buying
and
and the
just.
rest.
And if you can cook in bulk, that one saves me time because I don't have the energy to be cooking
Especially
every
if you
day.
stay alone.
I beg you. I don't have.
But do we think? Sorry, we didn't say this. Like, having a plan for your salary is important.
Oh yes, you have to have a plan before the money even comes.
Because, for
Like,
example, if I already know that I spend, which is trend, you must have studied the habit of your spending. I spend 10,000 naira on units. I give my mom 20,000 naira. I spend this thing. I honestly think it's important you write these things down.
It's
because
very
what
important.
is going to make it difficult for you to spend outside of this.
Yeah.
But if you don't write it down, you're just freestyling.
I think people need to also learn to say no. I mean, it's not just no. I no get.
And where me?
You know
Do you
they
understand?
say
You know they like
you don't get anything you want to now make it day.
you know if you fall out. Like no way. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Until we come your way next time, if we do.
Yeah.
Signing out.
Peace.
No, let's get married.